And welcome to the best 45 minutes you've ever wasted, the Just Talking Podcast. I'm your host, David.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Lian.
And introducing Savannah. Is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. This is your first episode. Well, we are talking about 90s cartoons today, so without further ado, let's get talking.
So, yeah, I wasn't really born in the 90s, so I don't really have a big clue about what kind of cartoons are around, and I didn't even know what TV was until I was like 10, so...
Oh, yeah, don't worry. We're only using the 90s TV thing to make a 90 kids joke somewhere. It could be like 2000s, very early 2010s, very early. But something that's... Oh, well, that's perfect, actually. As long as it's nostalgic to you, we will be good. All right, we actually just had an episode about nostalgia. We're still having that produced as we speak of this, so no one else can see it. But we would like to... You weren't in that episode, neither of you.
Nope.
So we would like to hear some nostalgic TV shows that, you had. We want to... What did you grow up with? What do you watch when you were a kid?
Okay, so when I was little, I loved Bob the Builder and all of the Power Rangers.
Hi, Savannah?
I have some shows that are, I don't know if a lot of people are going to remember them, but I remember Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, the original Teen Titans, stuff like that.
I actually remember Puffy Ami Yumi.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's vague. It was about a duo rock band or a rock duo who...
Yeah, it was a cartoon about a real girl group, and they were actually the girl group that sung the Teen Titans theme song, and Cartoon Network gave them their own show.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that was actually a fun show. It wasn't as deep as Teen Titans, but hey, it was still a really fun show nonetheless. Well, for me, I was a huge Cartoon Network junkie when I was a kid. Like Disney Channel, I didn't care for that. Nickelodeon, get that out of here. I was all about Cartoon Network. I loved Ed and Eddie, Teen Titans, a bit of Puffy Ami Yumi. It's a guilty pleasure. My favorite was Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
Oh my goodness gracious. I love that show.
It was brief in my memory, because I think I was pretty young.
It?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember too much of it because I was really little, and then I only watched it at friends' houses, so... But what I remember is really good, so...
Oh, yeah. It seems like we didn't have... Well, what did you like about those shows? What made them fun for you?
Well, I really liked Power Rangers. I still love the Power Rangers, and most people I talk to don't know what that is, and it makes me so sad. Like, the original Power Rangers, like Mighty Morphin, is, like, my jam. And I just loved it because, I don't know, I like action movies a lot, and so... I never really watched a lot of the girlier shows when I was younger.
Nice, Savannah?
When I was a kid, I worshipped SpongeBob like a god. I'm not even joking. I remember when the SpongeBob movie came out on TV, and I sat down all of my merchandise that I had, my plushies, my toys, my toothbrush, and I sat in my little SpongeBob shrine and I watched it. And I guess I loved SpongeBob so much because he made me laugh, and I was not an easy, amused child back then.
Well, you'll continue. I didn't know you weren't done.
To like SpongeBob, but it was just because of his shoes. The shoes were the only thing that turned me off from the show entirely. Just the sound of the squeaky shoes, I couldn't handle it, and so I was like, this show can't be that good if their shoes don't sound right. So I didn't watch it until later on, but I did enjoy the movie.
Oh yeah, I loved the movie. I'll admit when I was younger, I was a stupid little kid, you know? I didn't care about story or anything as much as I like to say I would. I didn't even like action shows. All I liked were the big flashy things for some reason. That's where, like, Puffy Yumi, I think it's called, was a guilty pleasure of mine, because, you know, it was very flashy. When I grew older, I got into, like, the Justice League cartoons, you know, all those story-driven shows. And, well, yeah, like, what drew me back was pretty much, like, the loud, exciting adventures of each episode, not the overarching plot of them all.
Well, how old were you?
I don't know, 10.
Exactly. 10-year-olds don't care about
that.
the overall plot of a series. They're just like, I want to see things blow up and stuff.
Exactly.
David, you said that you didn't watch Disney Channel?
Yeah.
I think there would have been a couple of cartoons back then on, like, old, early 2000s, late 90s Disney Channel shows that, like, I personally remember, but not a lot of people do until you, like, show them a picture. There were two shows in particular I think you would have liked because of the humor. It was just, back then, was quality humor. There was Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, which was about like, they were animals that were sentient animals, and they were brother and sister because they both fell from a plane crash and landed on an island and made friends with all of the animals there and stuff like that. And then there was a show that nobody remembers for some reason, but it was called The Buzz on Maggie, which is about flies, but they were like teenagers. And she like gave me so much angst, so much teen angst when I was a kid.
Now, the Mr. Whiskers show, I actually do kind of remember. Mainly because it was like a Disney Afternoon Ren and Stimpy thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the flies, I don't think I've ever heard of.
I think I have. I think I remember.
I barely remember
yeah.
it. I was so young to the point that, like, at one point in my existence, I thought that it was, like, all a dream. There was no remnants of the show left. Disney Channel just killed it off, and I didn't know what happened.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Snippets of it, though. Not, like, I don't remember, like, the whole series or whatever. I just remember, like, when you talked about it, I'm imagining these cartoon flies flying around. I'm just like...
Yeah, and
whoa.
Maggie, she had pink hair, and she was kind of punk rock.
Yes!
Oh,
Stuff like that. It was good. She gave me that angst. Disney Channel and Nick websites, those were the best games.
Oh, I remember I used to have, like... You know how all the computers nowadays are, like, sleek and black? Mm-hmm. I used to have a giant white, like, 2 gigs of RAM, like, the worst PC. Well, we had 3 of them lined up in the room I'm actually sitting in now. And I remember I had mine. All I could do was play, like, Flash games at half speed. And I absolutely loved playing, like, all the old games I found on the Disney Channel, like, website, which I admit, I went on the website, not always the, the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cartoon Network channel. I wasn't a big fan of the Nick games for some reason. Except that one Danny Phantom one, like, where it's all 3D and... Yeah. But,
I love Danny Phantom.
Oh, Danny Phantom was, like... That was the one show besides Teen Titan that I really got into that had an overarching plot, you know? That and American Dragon Jake Long from Disney Channel. Yeah.
That one too. I remember the early stages of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Supreme.
yeah.
Prime show, watched the whole thing. I actually have the box set of the whole show because I loved it so much.
Dude. Rent the DVDs.
Oh my gosh, yes. I think in Vegas, I lived in Vegas on the West Coast my whole life. Now I'm on the East Coast, but there was something similar to Blockbuster. I think it was called Planet Hollywood. No, not that. It was like Hollywood something. and it was like an off version of it, but you could still rent DVDs and stuff like that.
Well, now that I got that in, I want to move on to another little mini section that I thought of. I want to talk about reboots for just a little while. Not a long while, but trying to pad out the time so I can get more of that ad revenue.
Wait, so reboots like what?
Show reboots, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Like taking an old brand and making it new.
So like
Fuller
House.
Full House with Fuller House, or with The Legend of Korra from the Avatar Last Airbender series, stuff like that.
Okay.
Alright. Now, pretty much, I want to have either of you seen any recent reboots?
Besides Fuller House,
Yes.
I haven't.
I have. It's not, I don't know if you would call it a reboot, but you can at the same time. It's that new Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy has to share his godparents with another girl.
What?
Or something like that. The animation changed. I mean, yeah, he has to share he has to share Cosmo and Wanda with a girl. I don't know her name because I stopped watching the show when they did that. It was just horrible.
Is this like a thing that's happening right now?
This is currently airing right now. This is like how Nickelodeon extended Fairly Odd Parents, I guess, is they just kind of decided to give Timmy a break and give his godparents a share with another girl. And the thing that bugged me was I was watching one of the episodes to try and like give it a little chance, and the animation is different. And that bugs me very deeply. It doesn't even look like the same show because the animation is so odd.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said that, a tear came to my eye. That is so upsetting.
I know. I was so heartbroken. I was willing to give it a chance, but they just sucked. It sucked.
Well, I think you'll both be glad to know that, well, I guess you already know this, but they're starting to learn a little bit back at Nickelodeon. Just a little bit, though. However, our poor friends at Cartoon Network, they don't exactly know what makes a reboot. And, yeah. There has been quite a bit of controversy with the show Teen Titans Go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get too much into detail, because I honestly have an unpopular opinion about it. I feel that it works in what it's trying to do, but still betrays the original. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
exactly.
original Teen Titans franchise. But personally, I was sick for a very long time, about 3+ months, and I was stuck in bed watching nothing but that because that was the most often cartoon that came on. It grew on me. I thought it was funny and kind of like oh my gosh, this show is such trash, but it's funny that it's trash kind of thing. And when you kind of like separate it from the Teen Titans original franchise, because I grew up with that show as well. Yeah. But I actually like Teen Titans Go. It's funny.
Oh yeah, like when you don't try and compare it to the original show, it's very competent. You know, it has a few good laughs in there. The animation's honestly decent. It's Flash animation. There's not much you could do with that. But, you know, like, it's still got good animation. It's got some alright comedy. I only wish that the developers, I wish that the team behind it just didn't, like, go... Well, what's the word I'm looking for? Get so butthurt about everyone not liking it?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I don't know, like, it's hard to say, but when you make 5 episodes telling people who grew up with the show, you're too old for the show, this is the same show, just, you know, we're like, making it a bit more funny. You know, like, one, that's kind of lying, because it's a completely different show. But it's just kind of petty. Now, I'm also getting word that they're making 2 new movies based off of 2000 cartoons. One of Hey Arnold. There's not much I can say about that because I never watched Hey Arnold.
I watched a little bit of Hey Arnold.
It was all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like it has some great episodes, like the Pigeon Man
I know
episode.
what the other one is. I think I know what the other one is. I think it was Invader Zim.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes, because I remember being so hyped when my stepbrother told me that they were making a reboot of Invader Zim.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I just hope they don't give it the Powerpuff Girls treatment. Is the next reboot I want to talk about?
There was a teaser trailer that's actually already released, and it's just floating around the internet somewhere. I remember seeing it, and it looked perfect.
Oh, no, that's actually a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, we actually might have a good reboot. That's something I didn't think would happen. Rocco's Modern Life might be getting a reboot. That one is ironically has a bit less like hype to it. Even though I used to love that show as a kid.
I never saw it.
It was weird. Like, alright, to describe one episode, there was a dentist with a hook for a hand, and a tortoise wanted to become a dentist, so I had to perform oral surgery in front of an audience in like a stadium. Then the tooth he pulled out became a giant monster. Then he like did some sort of homage to some sort of what you call it? Well, I don't know. It was like it was something like a Monty Python sketch, but American, I think.
Well, that is a little odd.
Yeah, but when you actually see it in animation, it's really odd. But either way, there was. Oh yeah, actually no, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, okay. Now that we got bad reboots and maybe some possible good reboots out of the way, let's talk about what could make a reboot work. You know, for a 90s cartoon. What would bring back that feeling? You know?
Definitely the original voice actors, or the closest that they can get.
Yeah.
I cannot stand
definitely.
the whole Powerpuff Girls thing. I mean, Tara Strong will always be my bubbles. I can't with that. I feel like if they had at least tried to have gotten or hired the original actresses, then maybe people would have warmed up to the show a little more, because they have the I don't know if it's the same, but he sounds the same. Mojo Jojo sounds the same.
Yeah. Or I was
So that's like the smallest bit of nostalgia I have there. So I definitely think that getting similar sounding cast would be a good start for a reboot.
Wait,
Yeah.
they didn't even get Tara Strong? Like,
No.
honestly, wow, I didn't know that.
I honestly have a feeling, I mean, I can't speak for her on her business and all that, but I feel as though maybe she was too busy with Teen Titans Go and My Little Pony, as those are very common airing and very fast airing shows that she's doing right now.
Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. By the way, we're not talking about My Little Pony in this episode. I don't want to start a whole flame war in the comments.
bronies.
Alright, but pretty much. Oh yeah, she's also in Fairly Odd Parents. Thanks for reminding me, Ghost. That's whispering in my ear. Now we got like voice actors. That is kind of flexible in my opinion, since like it can be hard to get voice actors. It'd be like trying to reorganize like all the Ghostbusters actors for like a video game or something. But pretty much voice actors, yeah, you need to at least get half of them back. At least try.
I don't know if you'd agree, but I was thinking, what if you made the characters age a little bit with their audience? Because a lot of the audience who grew up watching them, they're older now, and so if you had them grow up a little, it's kind of more, I feel like it's more relatable than trying to make them younger and you're just watching a bunch of kid cartoons.
So you're talking a bit like a Ben 10 sort of situation.
I don't know. And did you mean Tara Strong? Because I googled her, and it's Tara, not Tara.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
my bad. Ugh.
No, it's just, I think Xander or someone typed it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't talk about typing. Nothing's happening. Nope, nothing's happening. But, yeah. I don't know.
Well, since we got voice actors out of the way, what else would make for a good reboot? Oh, wait, another good reboot I forgot to mention. Samurai Jack.
oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Now, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of this season. I felt like, I don't know, the second one was the best, in my opinion. But this one was serviceable. It managed to make it adult-oriented, which is hard to do. It managed to bring back some of the feelings from the old show. Not all of them, some. But I feel that in the end, it crashed and burned, you know?
I can't really speak on my end. I never saw the original, but I did hear the hype from a lot of my older friends saying that they grew up with Samurai Jack and that they were making a reboot and they're so excited about it. But I haven't heard anything like of reviews of what's going on.
Well, pretty much, I don't mean to sound like one of the shippers, but I might be like a ship sinker, because I don't like seeing Jack in a relationship. I don't like seeing any characters.
A lone wolf.
Like,
forever.
Yeah, like, that was the point of one of the whole episodes of the new season. He was a lone wolf, and he survived just fine.
Or, I mean...
And that was literally right before he met the love interest, and... I don't know, I was alright with her the first time they kissed and all that. I thought, okay, it's fine. But then it ended with love triumphing all. That's the problem with, like, all these big adventure things that end up having a love interest. Like, the love interest is always, like, super powerful, and their love, like, always conquers all or something. That's what I hate about, like, those love stories that always pop up in, like, new shows and whatnot. Well, it's not even new shows. It's, like, shows throughout history. Well, different kinds of shows. Sorry, I went on a little rant. I just had to tell that to somebody. But, pretty much... I felt like they did a pretty well job. They managed to find a voice actor that... Like, we're going back to the voice actor things. The voice actors fit fine. Aku sounded not quite like Mako, but just enough to where it doesn't bother me. He sounded like an aged version of Mako. So, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, everybody. Please don't hate me. But, pretty much, yeah, that's, how I felt about that reboot. Now, on to the next little subject. Well, we already saw the next little subject. The aspects of a good reboot, or good continuation. Then we got voice actors down. What would be another aspect that they should have? You're free to use examples or anything.
I like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Like little salutes to the old shows.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can make the argument that Teen Titan Go has those.
Yeah, but I do like that show, and I like the fact that they do that.
Good point, actually. I do like looking out for all the little Slades. Okay, then Easter eggs, a small little touch, but that could work. Let's see. What else could be added? Well, I think trying to keep the feel of the original. So many shows nowadays, like, okay, so many shows, I sound like an old man. But so many reboots don't quite know what made the originals so fun. You know, like, Powerpuff Girls was all about the action and, like, the comedy and banter in between. This Powerpuff Girls is all about the banter and high school drama. Or middle school, I think.
I think elementary school.
No, it's definitely middle school.
Really? So they're
Yeah.
grown up a little bit? Because I remember the
Yeah.
original Powerpuff Girls were like in kindergarten or something.
Yeah, like
No,
they
they're
weren't
in
even
middle school now.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. There's lockers. There's like
Hold on.
different periods. There's
I'm
everything.
gonna Google this.
Yeah, I'm weirded out now. Like, they were children. That's the whole point of them, is that they were little kindergartners.
Hold on, I'm not.
That's odd.
Hold on, I gotta look this up too.
Yeah.
We're all just Googling it.
I mean, then again, you never know, because Hollywood likes to make all schools have, like, lockers and stuff
Oh,
like
hey.
that.
All right, well, they call it an elementary. That was my bad. But it still looks just like a middle school.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that they like to make all schools look similar, and it kind of gives the watcher high expectations.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm just seeing how they animated them, and that is weird.
Yeah. Not to mention all the memes that is forced in there from like 2007. And like the old Magusta. Like the Powerpuff Magusta has become a meme in itself.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's another thing that I don't like about today's Cartoon Network, is they're trying too hard to be with the times and still keep it, like, child-friendly. Like, they're making child-friendly memes, and I don't really think that's possible.
Yeah, because memes aren't known for their, PG-ness, It's like...
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they're sticking with the old Rage comic memes. I mean the old Rage comic memes.
Yeah, like the early 2000s
Oh,
memes. Oh
those
my gosh.
ones. Dang.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
watch cartoons enough to know what they're doing.
Well, I have no choice but to go on Cartoon Network because I watch Steven Universe a lot.
I'm personally not a fan of that show.
I've never watched it.
I'm not saying it's a bad show, it's just not for me.
No, I mean, to each his own.
Yeah. I do like Petriot though. Alright, but pretty much alright, we got 3 aspects of a good reboot. Voice actors, Easter eggs, and keeping the feel of the show. And can you think of any others?
I'd like to say not a drastic change in animation, because that alone is enough to steer somebody away from the show.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
Definitely peeve some people off.
I personally hate the new animation style of the new Ben 10.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
To cool that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my boyfriend hates it too, because he grew up with Ben 10, and then he sees the new animation. He's like, what is this?
Oh, speaking of the new Ben 10, something that confuses me is how they got Tara Strong to star in that.
Well, I
Tara
mean, she-
Strong.
Yeah, she was the original Ben 10,
Which is
wasn't she?
also the original Blossom, which is what confuses me.
No, she's Bubbles.
Yeah, she's
Or
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Bubbles, either way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand, but I mean, we'll never know based off of I'm not quite sure how that industry works in deep professionalism as
Yes.
in only an amateur. I'm pretty sure it
It's-
has a lot to do with contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, or just personal choice.
True.
But, like, maybe she didn't like the memes.
I don't think anyone's ever explained to me why it's called Ben 10.
His name is Ben Tennington or something like that. Tennyson, something like that.
Tennyson.
Yeah,
Ben
Tennyson. Ben
Tennyson.
Tennyson is his full name, and I think he transforms into 10 different monster thingies.
It used to be like 10 at the beginning of the show, then it was 12, then I think 20,
Like
then it
Pokemon.
was back to 10. Then there was 20 again, but like, it was just
I
mega
just knew that
versions.
his name was like 10 was in his name. That's all I knew.
Oh yeah, that was another show that I really loved. And the new one isn't that bad, I'll admit.
The
Like,
animation
none of these
looks
new
weird.
reboots are... Oh yeah, it is. They're all resorting to choppy flash animation. You know, like puppet animation, as people call
Yeah.
it. So, yeah. They're just cutting corners to make a cheap show that they can market the hell out of. Oh, sorry. I said a bad word. Oh well. PG podcast, sorry. Oh well. Alright, well. Yeah, like, but I don't have a problem with cheaper animation. as long as the content's good, and a lot of times it is, I'm down. I'm fine.
Yeah, but I mean, animation is a big part of it. You know, if it doesn't look good, I don't know how many people are going to stick around to really go in depth, like with their series and keep watching it. Because if it looks kind of trash, I don't think people are going to want to keep watching something. Even if
I personally understand that, as I felt the same way towards the new Fairly Odd Parents and the new Powerpuff Girls. Is I just saw the animation, I'm like, this doesn't give me nostalgia. I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, I'm kind of a nerd and I read a lot, and I read online books. And sometimes the way they're formatted just makes my head hurt. And even if it's a good book, I won't read it if I can't physically be able to stand to look at the page. And so even if it's a good book, I won't give it a chance because I can't read it.
I just realized they also made that new Scooby-Doo.
The eyes.
That had that horrible, horrible animation.
The eyes. I hate the eyes. I think it's the new one where they messed up the eyes.
Wait.
Alright, well, now that we talked so much about, you know, all these reboots and whatnot, I think we have enough qualities to make a successful reboot. I'm not saying we go out and make one, because...
Yeah, you kind of sound like a teacher, like, okay, class, we'll make a successful reboot. Okay, now go do it with groups.
Let's make a reboot of Sonic.
Alright, well. But, I would like to talk a bit more about what made the cartoons you watched special. Then we have a video that we should watch. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so, do you want to talk a bit more, or you want to get straight to it?
I'm actually Googling cartoon reboots, and I just found something that I don't know how to feel about.
What?
They made a reboot of my, like, when I was 3, maybe, but I remember Rainbow Bright.
Oh,
they
my
made
God.
a reboot of the show, and people are actually petitioning for it to get a second season.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it did it even air yet?
Yeah, it did in 2014. I guess it never got enough media, though, because not a lot of people remembered it. I don't remember, ever seeing... it's odd. That was years ago, but I don't remember...
That was, an 80s cartoon, actually. We're reaching the time barrier here.
Yeah, I remember going to Blockbuster when I was a very young child and finding Rainbow Bright and taking the DVD home and watching it, and I loved it. I guess they gave it a reboot. The animation's actually not too bad. It's not going to look like the original, of course. It's actually kind of cute. I like it.
Wow, hey, another possibly good reboot that none of us have seen, and we're giving our creative criticisms on it.
I'm definitely going to watch that when we get off this. I'm interested.
Yeah, that actually might be interesting. Well, for you, not me. Bring back Justice League, then we'll be talking. Alright, well then. Let's just quick watch this video. And we'll all give our thoughts at the end. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, well, yeah, it's only 3 minutes long. It's good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just a little clarification for the audience, or whatever the word I'm looking for is. What we just watched was a video by Butch Hartman, I think it is. And it's pretty much him and a small animation team putting together a little short, emulating the style of his old cartoons and one of his new ones, Tough Puppy, which I actually have seen. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
I had never heard of that one. I guess
Maybe.
I haven't been paying attention.
Maybe it's still in development. I don't know. We're just...
Oh. I guess I haven't been watching Nick.
That's kind of weird. Anyways, how would you guys, how would you say that appealed to your 90s cartoon nostalgia, or early 2000s, 2010s?
Definitely seeing the Danny Phantom made me so happy. I was giggling the whole time.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom was my jam. I remember coming home from school every day, grabbing a granola bar, setting my backpack down, and then getting ready to watch Danny Phantom before my homework.
Yeah, I definitely had a little fangirl moment over it, and I started humming along when Cosmo and Wanda broke through with Timmy, so that was always fun.
Yeah, not to mention, like, it was all animated in HD. That was honestly, like, that's something we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Alright, well, for me, I would say it definitely showed some of the faults with the old shows, but it also showed a lot of the strengths. You know?
Yeah.
Like, over gratuitous puns are a problem, but besides that, it was honestly pretty fun. I don't like to think that's canon, though. Absolutely not.
No. Can things be canon to shows that aren't airing anymore?
It could be, I guess. Like,
I get
with the Ghost Portal, anything's possible. They made that clear.
I feel like maybe it could be canon if the maker himself or herself confirmed it.
Yeah.
Himself. It's actually Butch Hartman. Plug.
Oh,
not
I was
sponsored,
talking. I was talking in general.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I felt it hit quite a few nostalgic notes just right. Kind of overstates welcome with the transformation bit, in my opinion, but then again, I'm just an impatient little kid in a man's body. So, yeah, I think that if you want to be canon, it could be canon. Don't know how Wanda and Cosmo got out of that thermos, but still. Besides that, it was quite the nostalgia trip. I'm sure somewhere in the video here we'll leave a link.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all in all, I thought that video really did capture some of the feelings that I missed.
Yeah.
It didn't capture them all, but it captured more than a lot of the full series that these people are putting out now, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, well, any final thoughts that we can stretch to about 12 minutes?
We each have to have a 3-minute long thought then.
Okay, well, Lillian, let's start with you.
You know, I never liked it when people volunteered me stuff for school, so how about no? Not right now.
On the bright side, it isn't school?
Well, yeah, but you're still kind of like putting me on the spot, man. I'm nervous. I don't have anything in my head. Like, I'm not thinking about anything.
I only chose you because, in our sort of voice chat, you're sort of right below me. Savannah, how about you? If not, we'll have to bring the producer in here and have him share his thoughts.
Let me think for a second. I feel like definitely with the old cartoons that they should still be playing on channels. Like, I don't quite understand why they do that. I think Disney Channel, at one point, I remember being up at like 3 a.m. just for no reason, and seeing something come on the screen at 3 a.m. called Disney Rewind. And I was confused, and it only played at 3 a.m. And it was Kim Possible and all the good old shows, and I freaked out. Do you guys remember the old, like, what was it called? Playhouse Disney, when we were children, like toddlers?
Oh, yeah, now they call it Disney Junior.
Yeah, Disney Junior. I mean, I hated it at first. It's growing on me. But I remember when it was called Playhouse Disney and they had the old shows like JoJo's Circus and all the good old... Like that one show, I don't remember, but they were like puppets and they were bunnies and they ate ice cream all the time. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. But that's like more... That's not really 90s cartoons. No offense, just... But, my thoughts, I'm just gonna branch off of yours because I'm unoriginal. I feel that they should follow Cartoon Network's example around, like, up until about 5 years ago, and make, say, a second smaller channel that just airs old stuff. Like how Cartoon Network has Boomerang before they ruined it, and it always aired it aired all the Johnny Bravos, all the Ed, Edd and Eddies. Like, I feel Disney Channel could really benefit from putting like that onto like, I don't know, it could be like a very cheap channel. Like, yeah, I know Boomerang isn't. I know Boomerang isn't doing that anymore, but that's because like, I don't know, Cartoon Network sucks now. But at least it's not seeing real. Anyways, like, yeah, Disney Channel could host it. They could put in like American Dragon Jake Long. They could put in like, what was that family show that's trying to be a sitcom but like kooky? I don't know. They could even put in a couple live shows. That's So Raven, you know, like that was interesting. Put in there. And Nickelodeon, they could just call. Wait, they have Nicktoons. Never mind. Alright, well, Lillian, your thoughts? Then, heck, we might actually have to bring the producer in, Xander, sorry. And, you know, get his thoughts too. But Lillian, you first, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, I had this really random thought. I was just thinking about Max and Ruby and what's that kid? Okay, this is going to sound racist, but it's the only way I can describe it. Like that black little kid who was like, "Oh, I love butterflies" or something, whatever his name is. Like,
I think it was Little Bill.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Like, I didn't know if that would classify as, what would that like an early 2000s? Okay, I was just thinking about stuff.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. I feel you. I saw those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm getting word from my magical earpiece that our producer, Xander, a lovely man, can't give his opinion at the moment. It's probably legal or something. But, like, well, we are still very, like, well, I thought that this was a good, you know, start. You know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, to be fair, with this topic, there's not too much you could talk about.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about just enough.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be better if you had older adults talking, like maybe 20, 30-year-olds talking about it, because they probably would have remembered it, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to say we don't know anything, it's just, you know, they were alive longer. Maybe. I don't know how old you are.
Yeah. 18, so I'm not that old. Alright, well, if you want, we could talk about a couple more modern shows, or...
I just thought of something that's... I don't actually know, but I know that it's decently aged. Batman the Animated Series.
Oh my god, I love that show.
As well have the box set to that, and I'm a big fan of it. I love that show.
I sadly only have the season 2 box set, which has some of my favorite episodes, but like I have most of the episodes on iTunes, and I have to say it is definitely like in my top 5 favorite shows of all time.
Oh yeah. I also remember when Disney had a show for The Little Mermaid.
Really?
What?
Yeah, and Timon and Pumbaa had their own show as well.
Oh, that I remember. It was on the Disney Afternoon and everything.
They had the Little Mermaid show. I remember that.
Huh. Well, for our final, let's say 15 minutes, let's talk about how these cartoons have influenced us as people. Take these last few minutes to talk about how these cartoons influenced us. Lillian, I'll let you enjoy your sandwich this time, or whatever you're eating. Savannah, how about you go first again?
Okay. The cartoons influenced me as a person, definitely with the positive messages that cartoons gave back then about not giving up on your dreams, and just because you're a kid doesn't mean that you can't strive for greatness and stuff like that. And I definitely carried that on throughout my years, and remembering seeing my cartoon idols go through struggles that I'm going through now because they were teenagers back then, and how they handled it made me feel a little more confident about how I handle it now.
Well, that's a good influence to take from it. For me, personally, I would say cartoons actually gave me what I want to strive to be in life. A voice actor. Well, actor in general, but I felt I wanted to be like them, you know? I wanted to feel like I was going on adventures, and I felt like I wanted to be the hero, all from the comfort of a nice air-conditioned room. Then I discovered video games, and I got all my dreams handed to me on a silver platter. But I still try. Lillian, how about you?
I was thinking really hard while you two were talking about your inspirational feelings about cartoons, and I don't know, I don't think I watched enough cartoons to be really influenced by them, except for when I was older, but it wasn't just cartoons I was watching then. And I mainly didn't watch cartoons as I got older. I was watching other shows that I feel like influenced me a bit more, just because I didn't really focus all my time and energy on watching cartoons. Not to say everyone else has, it's just I haven't really watched a lot.
Well, what about those shows? How did those influence you?
Yeah, you see, I was a weird kid, so growing up, I watched a lot of, like, murder shows and, like, criminal shows, so all I learned was, don't kill anyone, because they can always find out you did it, so.
Oh my gosh.
To be fair, that's a good life lesson.
Yeah. Never mind the reasons you might want to kill someone, just don't do it because you'll get caught.
Yeah. If I'm being completely honest, I'm kind of glad that, I don't know. Well, anyways. What else to talk about? Let's see if the magic voice that controls us can influence us in any way. Never mind. The voice said screw it. Alright, well, this has been a lovely, I want to say hour, but that's being generous, with you two. So, I have been your host, David.
I've been your co-host, Lian.
And I'm just Savannah.
Oh, come on, you're a co-host too.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for listening to the Just Talking podcast. And we hope you have a great day. I forgot how we're supposed to do the outro. So,
have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.